MashaAllah. MashaAllah, Dr. Maria's room. Isn't that wonderful? Is your blood in coffee? Assalamu alaikum. Trust you're having a wonderful, blessed day. Look over Rawalpindi. This is the view of the cafe from the Safari Hospital in BAHRIA Town, Rawalpindi. Did you know that the largest hospital is in Zhengzhou in China and has about 7,000 beds? Where I stand right now, BAHRIA International Hospital provides consultation services, medical services, and has an emergency department serving Rawalpindi and the surrounding areas. As I stand in the cafe, I think this may be the children's hospital, or should I say the children's wing. This is the front side of the hospital with the entrance just below, and they have their own ambulances, and it's been very busy so far. And here is a view of the cafe area, and if you test your blood here, it will come out in coffee. Definitely enjoy your meal, take your time, close your eyes and taste your food and see how it feels different. So it's a fairly modern place, which has definitely caught me by surprise. I'm always worried when we're in Pakistan, specifically when it comes to the area of health. However, my eyes have been opened in terms of how clean it's been, very efficient service, and the diagnosis from Dr. Maria was very quick. So the pharmacy is in the corner, and in this bit here is where we were seen to. Brigadier Abid Hussain Shah is the senior hospital administrator, and the general manager is Lieutenant Commander Abdul Rahim, who helped us massive. That's him there, he's very busy at the minute. And as we come back out, the rush as the taxi has arrived, so I need to run very quickly. But coming out into the blazing, it's been a surprising but very nice experience. They speak Urdu, well, say that again, sounds rude. They speak Urdu and English. And there is the hospital. So we've had to leave fairly quickly because the cab has arrived. So this is the exit to BAHRIA Town. So we've got a Kabi side Vani, City side Vani, MashaAllah Khashta area da. और डॉक्टर्स कतली वो काफ़ी चीज़ें हो पाकिस्तान के मनमाने हेबती चिसुबी यसंद भी वगैरह वगैरह लेकिन आज आसरा दीज़े कुछ चीज़ें कॉन्टैक्ट और ताल्लुकात ताकत लरी सो हाथ ना शाज़िया सिस्टर चीज़ें हो लेफ्टिनेंट ब्रिगेडियर आबिद नफुल का वैसे ताल्लुक हो जनरल मैनेजर सर खबर उकरा चीज़ें डॉक्टर सर खबर उकरा नकार चीज़ें काफ़ी जमवज़र शो और डॉक्टर चूड़ा लखा Tasali Sara, Aram Sara, like we are used to in the UK, or sometimes not used to in the UK as well, and in other foreign lands. But mashallah, she spoke very nicely, which usually takes half of the illness away. And now we're going through a very nice part of BAHRIA Town. Lots of nice green trees as we go over the bridge, which may be over the Sohan River. And this goes through phase 1 to 6. And if you want to get into looking after yourself, then Sky Fitness is the place to be. And I was with a friend earlier on who also served in the army and was telling me that he played basketball for the army team for more or less about 40 years. He was saying that this is a regular power walk for him. He walks about 15 kilometers a few times a week and keeps himself extremely fit. As we come to a lovely looking roundabout. So keep watching the videos. This is BAHRIA, the BAHRIA enclave. very popular little place. A lot of travellers. There's a number of apartments that are very attractive and leased and rented out and sold, and connectivity from here is fairly easy. So I've said this before, that this is a more upmarket, more elite area. As we come to another roundabout, the clock tower, and another roundabout, so we give way to traffic coming from the right as we test the pressure horn, and it's definitely working correctly. And just enjoy the drive with us as we head out of BAHRIA Town. For heavy transport vehicles, the speed limit is 40 kilometers per hour and 60 kilometers per hour for a light transport vehicle such as a car. It's a beautiful area. It's a lovely sunny day, and we're in a cab at the minute, and the air condition is definitely on. And if you look at the central area on the dual carriageway, it's very eye-catching, and it looks like that's a globe. The Bahria wale local municipal staff today knows the Safaki, and it looks like dates may be growing very soon on the trees, and there's some silly cows. Maybe they're not silly cows actually. So this is the civic centre, the city centre. Huge advertising for BAHRIA Town and the projects. As we go down the hill, Safari Villas and the Sanctuary Mall are on the left hand side. Whoops, as I just slip and nearly fall over. As we go over a road hump. So according to data, there's about 1,443 restaurants in the Rawalpindi area, which I find very difficult to believe, because on more straight roads there tends to be about 500 cafes, street vendors. So unofficially there's probably thousands. The biggest restaurant in the world does not have a branch in this specific area. Comment if you know who or what the name is of the biggest restaurant in the world. So the Garden Road is on our left hand side, and this is where we exit towards the left, which eventually leads to the Grand Trunk Road. BAHRIA Town is full of roundabouts, and at the moment it is clear as we follow the road ahead. So is this motorbike overloaded? And further ahead in the distance we approach the development of a place known as the Paradise, the biggest shopping mall in Bradford. Let me say that again. The biggest shopping mall in Pakistan and the biggest shopping mall in BAHRIA Town. I'm unsure where Bradford came from just there. Oh, as the car gets very close, the pressure horn sets off. So is this motorbike overloaded? Some days ago I met the general manager of ZEM Builders and Associates, and we had a very positive conversation about the projects that are taking place in this part of the world. And one of the projects that is being run in this area is called Trees for the Future. we head out of BAHRIA Town and head for the Rawalpindi Road, known as very many different names according to the local population. However, it's also known as the Grand Trunk Road as well. The king of all roads is a motorbike, just rushes straight in front of us. The Grand Trunk Road runs for thousands of miles. The British spent £1,000 per mile years and years and years ago. The East India Company was involved in that. And the road itself from Teknaf touches on Delhi, Kabul, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, and so many other cities as well. It's become a real joy, specifically when you have time, just to see how it's developed. Street vendors and major construction companies and local companies and cart holders, donkeys and carts and pedestrians. Just seems to involve anyone and everyone that has some sort of connection to the GT road. And modern Pakistan is starting to look like this skyscraper. Just round the corner in DHA 3 is one of Pakistan's most prominent projects, known as One Serene Residences. The project belongs to a company headquartered in London, with offices in the United States of America, Dubai and Pakistan. A massive attraction to the diaspora. So if that's something that you're interested in, comment below. And they have their first project, which will become their legacy project in Lahore, One Canal Road, which is due for completion within the next 4 to 8 weeks, I believe. As we arrive at the World Trade Center and Giga Mall. The World Trade Center and the Giga Mall is a ship shape and has international brands and international shops, and is visited by millions of people each and every year. It's the Giga Mall and the World Trade Center. MashaAllah, the best part of the Giga Mall and World Trade Center. MashaAllah, the beautiful masjid at the World Trade Center and Giga Mall. So after entering the Giga Mall and buying some of them, buying lots of them, lots of these, buying from here and packing these, 6 hours later they came out of the Giga Mall. We have come out of the Giga Mall. The ladies have done their shopping. माशाल्लाह दे रही यो जोड़ा यो सादर, ये इसके आस्तीन है, ये इसका बैग है, ये इसका ये है, ये इसका वो है, ये लॉन है, ये शिफॉन है, ये शंघाई है, वगैरह वगैरह. So we have come out of the building to a very nice view on a very nice warm evening. That is the World Trade Center, which is a part of the Giga, and there's a very nice view on the other side. It's a very pretty fountain with changing lights. And in front of the fountains is the Zeta Mall. This was a shell more or less a year ago, with a lot of speed. It stands quite tall and very pretty at the moment. The Giga Mall is very popular with visitors, local, national and international. It's retail therapy at a very high level. So let me ask you a question. How good are you at shopping? On a scale of 0 to 10, if 0 was awful and 10 was brilliant, where would you rate yourself as a shopper? The ladies of the family have been walking around and looking in Maria B. I think a shop called, is it Safina Naz? J. Dot and another one, the name of which I have forgotten. They've bought linen chiffon, Khadr, Shanghai, 2-piece suits, 1-piece suits, 3-piece suits, because the knowledge then हमेशा कपड़े पकारी भी. As my friend said many years ago, it was Javez Yar Zama the Kismat ki Allah Pak jidana deri jami likhni. So it's a very warm evening in Rawalpindi, and the traffic is moving very quickly. If I just walk about 10 meters forward, behind me is the main building of the actual Giga Mall, a great structure in the landscape of this area. Some people call this the Rawat Road, some people call it the Grand Trunk Road, some people call it the Rawalpindi Road. I've been told and given many different names, so I shall officially check at some stage. But Rawalpindi is a bustling place. It's one of the twin cities. It's twinned with its, I don't know, older brother or younger sister, depending on how you look at things and depending on the perspective which you take. And I was just saying about the building, it's very pretty at night, a ship-shaped like building. And the Giga Mall also has another project which is called Gold Crest Views, and the claim on the marketing is that they have completed projects like this before in Dubai, and the new residential project and commercial for that matter will stand on a very similar high quality level. So this place came about in roughly 2016. It has shopping on 5 levels, international brands, local brands, restaurants, cafes. One of the 136,000 branches of McDonald's is here as well, KFC, Hardee's, Cheesiest, Pizza Hut, all related to fast food. So as I'm standing here, one of the security guards comes and very politely says, "Excuse me, but are you from a news channel?" To which I very quickly answered no. I said, "I'm just making a video for my friends that are watching throughout the world." So back to the Giga Mall. The Giga Mall was established in around about 2016. It's on 5 floors. It has international restaurants like McDonald's, one of the 136,000 branches is here, KFC, Hardee's, Riwayat, Cheesiest, Pizza Hut, and many others as well. The top floor seems to be very, very, very popular with restaurants and for restaurants for families that come and sort of like lounge around and just sip tea and take it very, very, very easy for lots of the time. You'll see lots of shoppers, but very few with shopping bags in their hands, which is very interesting, which says that it's a sign of the times perhaps. Lots of people just sit here by the pretty water fountain. A very pretty little scene with lots of lights as traffic rushes through the Rawat Road. Also speaking, the cab has arrived, so let's jump in. So this is the external view as we have jumped into the cab. So ye hai GT Road, yeah? So this is the Grand Trunk Road. कई लोग GT Road बोलते हैं, कई लोग जो हमें कहते हैं ये रवात रोड है, कई जो है कहते हैं पिंडी इस्लामाबाद रोड है. But we'll stick with the Grand Trunk Road, which goes in history to the year 333 BC, and DHA 3 हमारे left hand side पे है, Defence Housing Authority, where the project of Serene Residences is taking place. A multi-star project being developed by One Homes, who are headquartered in London with offices in multiple countries. And isn't that pretty at night? Ambulance is the theatre Allah Pak khair sati. So kala jidan logon itiada da, kala jidan logon either. So as the lights are switched off on the main road, it's a little darker here. So as we go over the bridge back into BAHRIA Town and an urban elite area, it's very different from the hustle and the bustle of the main roads, and developed very differently. And as we approach a busy little patch of traffic, a very pretty little roundabout at which we will turn left. And I just love the greenery in these areas, just the nice green trees and the quietness and the serenity. It's like a completely different world from 1 kilometre away, 2 kilometres away, where everything just seems to be at 100 miles an hour.